I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable Srila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Ashtatarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Sikh Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishto Vishnupad, Paramahansa Asto Tarasata, Sri Srila Kaviraj Goswami is introducing the entire topic of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he's quoting, glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and telling about his tattva, as well as Nityananda Tattva. We finished yesterday the 5 verses that are composed by Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami, describing the 5 manifestations of Lord Nityananda in 5 different forms. Also, the first chapter is on the manifestations of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Guru being the principle of Guru. So the whole first chapter begins with the word Guru, Vande Gurun. Gurun with an N, Gurun, means it's plural number of Gurus. So the topic of Guru Tattva will be discussed. Now we're continuing to cover the invocation verses. We have covered, as I just said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 4 shlokas. So now we're continuing. We finished the 11th verse, which I'll read just as to remember what we read yesterday, a reminder. So that verse is the last of the 5 verses. And in that verse he says, the verse composed by Sarup Damodar Goswami, he's telling, Yasyam sham sham shak paramatma kilanam poshta vishnur bhati dugdab dishayi. Different terms. Pratipat in the verse in 4th chapter of Gita. Pranipatena. Pratipat, prapadya, these are all indicating surrender. Surrender. What does it mean to surrender?
The 6 items?
Well, yeah, but just if you were to look up in a Vaishnava dictionary the meaning of the word surrender,
give up one's own desire for the higher person to surrender.
Gurudev also said independence. Yeah. He awarded saffron cloth to me as a vanaprastha in 1998. And then I came to him after I had given him the cloth, and he gave it to me, blessed the cloth. And I went and dressed in that saffron cloth. And I came back and paid obeisances to him. And he says, Now everything, if it coincides with what I want to do. That's the big one. So much. Yes, I'm surrendering to you. But it's not to my liking to do this, so I'm sorry, can't do that. Is that surrender? Why is it not surrender? It's partial sometimes, huh? Is there such a thing as partial surrender? Even in a military usage, it means we're not independent anymore. We've been conquered. So now our independence, it does not exist any longer. Or when you surrender to the police, they're chasing after you, you're a criminal. You surrender, right? Then at that point, you've given up your independence. And now you have to do, you are forced to do.
Saffron cloth indicates that I've given up that choice, that I have now said that no, even though I have that independence, I'm giving it up, make that choice anymore. Is it something like that? I mean, when it comes to practical matters?
Well, we can also use Srila Prabhupada's statement about what he first gave, I think, to Kirtanananda or one of those early sannyasis. And then he's telling to them that now you have to surrender, right? Now, actually, you don't have anything. Whatever you have belongs to Krishna. So he was making that the idea that I'm going to renounce is really not a phenomenon, because you don't really have anything that is yours. Renounce.
Not extra.
What?
Not extra. No. Taking sannyas is cutting back to like normal. Misinterpretation of reality before.
Right. Also has a very minute degree. Well, first of all, we have to understand that this is the fact. Later we can ask why, but this is the truth. This is the truth, that Krishna has given independence to every jiva. Jiva means living being, jivatma, living soul. Krishna has given that to every jivatma, because we're emanations from him. And we have quality the same as Krishna, but not fully like Krishna. And so, this independence has to be there. Now, we have to give our independence up to some degree, is it not? If a man and a woman say, I love you, I want to do, and I want to be devoted to you, they decide to become the most averse, to Krishna. But Krishna will not take that away. In this material universe, the jivas can act it out, their independence, but under certain restrictions. Is in society, free individual, as long as when the law, then they can be captured and put into captivity. And they don't have any more freedom. They're not free anymore. It's taken away. So Krishna and his Maya potency do the same thing for the jivas. When the jivas want to give their independence to Krishna, fully surrender to Krishna, is their free. They've given up any of their personal independence to Krishna, which also means Krishna is a representative guru and so forth. But actually, their freedom increases. Look for. Are you ready for that? That doesn't sound to our ears, just the word slavery. World, we're the independent enjoyer. But if you become a slave in the material world, as has gone on in human society since the beginnings of Kali Yuga, then it's a miserable existence. Much has been enslavement. But
has the independence, but that independence, it's only the independence to desire and hanker for anything he wants, but the ability to make it manifested, that is up to Krishna. Like the independence that the jiva has is only the independence to think, desire, but the circumstances around, if that desire is going to manifest.
Illusion to think that you're independent if you've taken out a loan to buy anything, car, house, this, that. You're now indebted. You're in debt. Okay? Debts have to be paid because this is the land of loan. And he said, in this land, Srila Sridhar Maharaj's terminology, in this land of loan, so it's a learning situation for the jivas when they want to be, more separate and more independent from the supreme controller. Then they acquire the demoniac nature and the demoniac tendencies. They act demoniacally, and then the karmic debt increases, and they have to pay it back. So nobody is free, truly, in the material world. But as you're saying, what is the freedom that Krishna has given the living entity? Well, really, it boils down to either serving him or serving Maya. That's all. Serve the Supreme Lord, the controller, the master of everything and everyone, or serve his illusory energy for your own selfish interests. So, most of the living entities in the material world are serving the illusory energy and they're incurring debt. And that's why Mahaprabhu, to Sanatana Goswami, he gives the example of the punishment that was given in previous times of the dunking stool. It's like a long board with times, I think. So, and then when they bring him up and he's gasping for breath, they only give him a very short time, and then they dunk him back down. This goes on repeatedly. Mahaprabhu used this example. That's our situation. We're being dunked under again and again and again. And that means sometimes going up to the heavenly planets, sometimes the middle planets, sometimes the lower planets, and having to suffer. Hasn't learned yet? Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ji Ki Jai. So, when Gurudev came to his Guru Maharaj, he tells his own story. And he said, I came to my Gurudev, taking my pran in my hands, my very life force. And Gurudev said, he told his Guru Maharaj, I am taking all of my attachments to my wife, my children, my mother, father, family, and I am placing them at your feet. And he fully surrendered. Fully. That's rare. That's very rare. Even his, Gurudev said, even his godbrothers would say, oh, you've done what we could not do. You know. And then later on, when Param Gurudev decided that he was going to give sannyas to 3 of his disciples, Srila Padmanabha, Srila Maharaj, and Gurudev. So then he called each individually to discuss this with them. And what was Gurudev's answer? He said, if you want, you can dress me in saffron cloth or in white cloth, or you can make me naked. It is not my decision. It is not my decision. I have fully surrendered to you. It is your decision. See? So we have to understand this principle called Sharanagati, Prapadya, surrender. And we have to embrace it. We really, really have to embrace it fully in our life. This means on all levels. And we have to make adjustment. Now this is another point. The topic of adjustment. Now Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he told this, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj talked about this a lot. He said, what is the meaning of Dharma or religion? What is the actual meaning of Dharma, religion? He said, it means constant adjustment. Adjusting. Constant adjustment. And what does that mean? It means accepting something which is now appropriate for your level. Accepting dharmic activity which is appropriate for your level. And at the same time, eliminating something that was at one time appropriate, but now it's no longer. This is called Dharma. Progressive adjustment, constant adjustment. Another term he used.
Is that in the same vein as when he said it means to give up old conceptions and adopt new conceptions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Conceptions and also duties which apply to those conceptions. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also explained this, that this is the process of Dharma, is to gradually move forward and embrace a new set of activities and so forth that are now appropriate for you as you've made progress to that stage, but also letting go of the standards and the duties and so forth of the previous. So this is the process of Dharma, this is the meaning of religion. There's constant adjustment. Proper, that's the word he used also. Proper adjustment, proper. Time, place, circumstance, proper adjustment. If someone is not willing to adjust in this way, then no, I'll just stay where I am. You know, I've been doing this on this level then you cannot advance. You will become stagnated. Gurudev gave an example. The example Gurudev gave is a stream or a river which is flowing, right? So this river that is flowing, this stream that is flowing, is always fresh. The water, because it's flowing, it's constantly fresh, right? But if the water stops flowing and stays, then it becomes contaminated, it becomes stagnant, right? And then it's not very useful. He says, therefore, he said, bhakti is like a river. It's like a river. The river has to always be flowing. fresh water, fresh water. So bhakti is exactly like that. You cannot stay in one place. You cannot stay in one place. So Gurudev would encourage the devotees. Like when he first came, he would tell to the Western devotees when he came to the West, and he would say, you know that you cannot stay in Kanishta Adhikar forever. You heard him say that? Like informing, like I've come to inform you that you cannot stay in Kanishta Adhikar level forever. No, you have to come to Madhyam. You must come to the Madhyam level. So this is a very essential principle in making advancement in the realm of religion, of dharma, of spiritual progress, that there must be this constant adjustment. So, we have to be ready to actually fully surrender. And we may not be able to do it at the present time, but we have to hold that ideal as what we are striving. This is what we are desiring to happen in our life. And that mood of embracing that ideal will also give us gradually the power to do it. But if we don't embrace that ideal, then we will not be able to actually adjust and move forward. So, Nityananda Prabhu is the Supreme Guru. And Swarup Damodar Goswami is writing this verse and saying, Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I surrender. I fully surrender unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Ram, who his secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That's the last verse that we read yesterday. The Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Kshirodakshai Vishnu is the supersoul of all living entities and the maintainer of all the universes. And Sheshanaga is his further sub-part. So that completes the Tattva Siddhanta of Lord Nityananda in 5 verses. And now we come to the 2 verses which are glorifying Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. So Advaita Acharya, who is Advaita Acharya?
Vishnu.
Which Vishnu? Yeah, there's different Vishnus. Yes, he's Mahavishnu. In combination, yes.
But then he's married to Sita. Baby.
It's not the same Sita as not the same Sita as Lord Ram. Actually, in the Gaur,
That's very interesting.
No, but it has no connection with the Tattva.
Who is Sita and Braj?
Yogamaya, Purnamasi, Yogamaya. She's Yogamaya. That's why when Mahaprabhu appeared, Sita Devi came there with many, many gifts and so forth, you see. So, Mahavishnu, Lord Advaita Acharya is not going to be married to an inappropriate partner, okay? So, Sita Devi, she has the name Sita in the Gaur Lila, but she is really the all-powerful spiritual energy Yogamaya.
Wow.
That same Yogamaya also appears as Subhadra Devi. She's also in that same category. But Yogamaya is actually Srimati Radhika in the ultimate sense, because these are all expansions of her. You have to understand what Srimati Radha, this will become more clear, as we come through the chapters. But Srimati Radhika is the power, and Krishna is the powerful. Shakti and Shaktiman, the possessor of the Shakti. That's their position eternally. So Krishna is the Parusha and Radha is Prakriti. She is the energy. And particularly, she is the energy of Ladini Shakti potency, specific. Her form, embodiment of Ladini Shakti in the highest stage of development, Mahabhav. Her body is made of Mahabhav because she is the Ladini Shakti potency of Krishna. But ultimately, all potency, they're all emanating from Srimati Radharani. Just like all the forms of the Lord who incarnate his avatars and expansions, they're all emanations of Krishna. So similarly, all the feminine forms, they're ultimately emanations of Srimati Radhika, who are the consorts of the various incarnations and expansions. Just like Lord Nityananda also, in the beginning he was brahmachari, but for the purpose of preaching, he became married. But who are the persons who he's marrying? They're his energy. Who are the two wives of Lord Chaitanya in his householder ashram? The Vishnu Priya Devi, Lakshmi Priya Devi. They're his Bu and Nila energies of Lord Narayan, of Vishnu. Okay? So, there are two verses now that are describing the tattva of Lord Advaita Acharya. And both of these verses are also written by Swarup Damodar Goswami. So these are short verses, a different meter. So I'm reading the first verse. Mahavishnur Jagat Karta Mayaya Ya Srijati Adha Tasya Avatara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishwara. So you can repeat after me. Mahavishnur.
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 Jagat Karta.
Jagat-karta.
Jagat Karta.
Jagat-karta.
Mayaya.
Mayaya.
Ya.
Ya.
Srijati Adha.
Srijati Adha.
Tasyavatara.
Tasya-avatara.
Evayam.
Evayam.
Advaita Acharya
Advaita Acharya.
Ishwaraha.
Ishwaraha.
Mahavishnur Jagat Karta. Mahavishnur Jagat Karta. Mayaya Ya Srijat. No, don't say when I'm saying. You're repeating, repetitive. Mayaya Ya Srijati Adha. Mayaya Ya Srijati Adha. I know this is difficult to use. Tasyavatara
Tasya-avatara.
Evayam
Evayam.
Advaita Acharya
Advaita Acharya.
Ishwaraha.
Ishwaraha.
Advaita Acharya Ishwaraha.
Advaita Acharya Ishwaraha.
Okay. So, we'll read the synonyms. Mahavishnu means Mahavishnu, the resting place of the efficient cause. Mahavishnu, say Mahavishnu, the resting place of the efficient cause.
The resting place of the efficient cause.
Why efficient cause? It will be explained later in the 6th chapter of Adi Leela. Very elaborate explanation, very long purports there, explaining about this principle of the efficient, and I'm trying to remember the other terminology. Nimitta and I can't remember the term. But the efficient cause, it will be explained. It is a very deep philosophical principle. So, Mahavishnu, who is the resting place of the efficient cause. Then there's examples given, like a potter who makes a pottery, right? So, the potter is the efficient cause, and the creator of the mud and so forth, which is used, is the other cause. We have to look that up. I can't remember the terms.
Constitutional cause.
The what?
Constitutional.
No, not constitutional. So, anyway, Mahavishnu, the resting place of the efficient cause. Then Jagat Karta. Jagat Karta. That means the creator of the cosmic world. The creator of the cosmic world. Jagat means universe, and Karta means who is creating. Mayaya, by the illusory energy. Ya, who. Srijati, creates. Adaha, that universe. Tasya, his. Avatara, incarnation. Eva, certainly. Ayam, this. Advaita Acharya, Ishwaraha, the Supreme Lord, the resting place of the material cause. So here's the translation. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. So, here Swarup Damodar Goswami is revealing the actual identity of Advaita Acharya, who has appeared in this incarnation as a bhakta in human society. But actually, he's the Supreme Lord. And he's very clearly explaining that he is Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of the Maya potency. Mayaya ya srijati adha. So Mayaya means by the illusory energy. Srijati means create. Ada, this universe. So he is the creator of this universe. He's Mahavishnu. So that avatar is known as Advaita Acharya in this incarnation, and he is also called Ishwaraha. Because what does Ishwara mean?
Controller?
It means the Supreme Lord, and here he's adding to this definition the resting place of the material cause.
But not the opulent, like you were saying, Ishwara. No, that's Bhagavan.
Yeah, he's also Bhagavan.
There was another meaning you said about Ishwara.
Well, Ishwara generally means controller. Yes. But in this sense also Ishwara means the Supreme Lord, God, Ishwara. Because Ishwara is one of the, in Prabhupada's introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada is saying that there are 5 topics that will be discussed in the Bhagavad Gita, and one of them is Ishwara. Ishwara means the supreme controller. So, who has created everything? That's Ishwara. And then there's Jiva. Ishwara, Jiva. Then there's Prakriti, the material energy, Prakriti. Then there's Kala, which means time, the time factor. And then there's Karma. Karma means the actions that are performed by the jivas. All four, the first four are eternal. Ishvara is eternal, Jiva is eternal, Prakriti is eternal, and Kala, time is eternal. But the fifth one is not eternal, Karma. Karma is temporary. But these are the 5 topics of the Bhagavad Gita, philosophically addressing these 5 subject matters. So the second verse about Advaita Acharya, text number 13, I'll just read the English first so that we can carry through with the meaning. Because he is non-different from Hari, who is the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. Because his name, Advaita, Dvaita, Advaita, dual, Advaita means non-dual, meaning that he's non-different than the Supreme Lord, Advaita. So that's why he has this name in this incarnation, because actually he's Advaita. He is non-different than the Supreme Lord because he is the Supreme Lord. But he's a manifestation of Hari. So then the translation says, and because he propagates the cult of devotion, the bhakti cult, propagates that. That's in Gaur Lila, he's a very, very great preacher, very great teacher, a very great guru and instructor, very great Advaita. No one can touch him. So because he propagates the cult of devotion, then he is also called Acharya. So these two, Advaita, Acharya. What does Acharya mean?
Topmost teacher, by example, teaching.
The word Acharya refers to a very exalted spiritual authority who teaches, who gives instruction. He's guru, Acharya. But the word Acharya specifically refers to achar, which means behavior. How does a person act? How do they behave? So Acharya is a personality who, by his own example, he instructs. He cannot say one thing and instruct a different thing. He instructs that his disciples should do as he does. He is the example. That is the actual meaning of the word Acharya. But now it's used in so many different mundane ways. People take the name Acharya, they're a teacher of, some mathematics or this or that. They use that term Acharya to refer to a very distinguished personality who is looked upon as being in a superior rank in some area of knowledge. So they're called Acharya. So, and then after saying that because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. He's both. Understand?
Yeah.
He's the Lord, but he's also a Bhakta avatar. Bhakta avatar is the term. That means he's an incarnation of a devotee. And then it says, therefore I take shelter of him, Advaita Charyam Ashraye. So here's the Sanskrit. Advaitam Haranadvaitad. Acharyam Bhakti Sangshanat. Bhaktavataram Isham Tam. Advaita Charyam Ashraye. So, Advaitam, he is known as Advaita. Harina, with Lord Hari. Advaitat, he is non-different. So Advaitam, Harina, Advaitat. He is Advaitat, means he's non-different than Hari. He is the Lord. Acharyam Bhakti Sangshanat. Bhakti Sangshanat means he propagates devotional service to Sri Krishna, and therefore he is known as Acharya. Bhakta Avataram Isham Tam. He is the incarnation, Bhakta Avatar. He is the incarnation of a Bhakta, and he is incarnation avatar. Isham Tam Advaita Charyam Ashraye. He is the Supreme Lord, and also he is an incarnation of a devotee. So he's both. Advaita Macharyam Ashraye. I surrender, Ashraye. I take full shelter of Advaita Acharya.
He's both but not different.
Yes. So in this way, these two verses are telling Advaita Tattva. And as I told, in the 6th chapter of Adi Leela, there's an elaborate explanation of the Tattva of Mahavishnu, Advaita Acharya, and how he's partially Sadashiv and so forth. Now, for the 14th shloka, there is the famous verse that we quite often recite. What is that verse? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Now I can test you on the meanings of the words in this verse. It's a good exercise. So he's saying Pancha Tattva Atmakam. So
5 truths.
It means that Pancha Tattva Atmakam means comprehending the 5 transcendental tattvas, subject matters. Krishnam, unto Lord Krishna. Pancha Tattva Atmakam Krishnam. So it means Krishna is this Pancha Tattva Atmakam. So Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. Bhakta Rupa means in the form of a devotee. Who is this referring to? Of the Pancha Tattva. Bhakta Rupa. Yes. Yes. He is Krishnam Bhakta Rupa. So Krishna has now become the form of a devotee, but he's Krishna. Then the next one is Swarupakam, the expansion of a devotee. Who is that referring to? Nityananda. Swarupakam, Swarup. Then Bhakta Avataram, incarnation of a devotee. Advaita Acharya, as we just read. Bhaktakyam, Bhakta Akyam, known as a devotee, it means, known as a devotee. Who's that? Yes. And Namami, I pay my obeisances, Bhakta Shaktikam, to the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who supplies energy to the devotee. Bhakta Shaktikam is who? Gadadhar. So this is the verse composed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And this will be discussed in the 7th chapter of Adi Leela.
And he's Shaktikam because he's Radhika.
Yes, Gadadhar.
Right.
Gadadhar is Radhika, and that is the representation of the Shakti. So the Pancha Tattva, okay, Pancha Tattva, we've seen their picture many times. So in the middle is Pancha Tattva Atmakam Krishnam, Bhakta Rupa. So this is Krishna now appearing in 5 different manifestations, and this Krishna is now appearing as a Bhakta Rupa. The Rupa means form. So Bhakta Rupa means he's appearing in the form of a Bhakta. That's Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is in the form of a devotee. Then Swarupakam, Swarup is his first expansion, his own Rupa. We discussed that yesterday, how Balaram is Krishna actually. So, Swarup, Lord Nityananda, Balaram, he's now standing in the Panchatattva, he's standing to Mahaprabhu's right side, right? And then Bhakta Rupa, the Swarupakam, Bhakta Avataram, Bhakta Avataram. Now Dvaitacharya is next to Nityananda, on his right side, right? Then Bhaktakyam means Akya means to be known as a Bhakta, and that's referring to Srivas Thakur, who's on Mahaprabhu's left side, farthest. And then finally, Namami Bhakta Shaktikam, the Shakti of the whole realm of Shakti is personified in Srimati Radhika, as I told before. She is the full, complete Shakti. And now she, that full, complete Shakti, has become a Bhakta. Bhakta Shaktikam. So that's Gadadhar on Mahaprabhu's immediate left. Just as on Krishna's immediate left, always Srimati Radhika's place is there. Always. You see. So, this is the verse that we say when we want to offer obeisances to the whole Panchatattva. But if we say their names of the Panchatattva, then we sing the Panchatattva mantra, which is actually composed by, do you know who composed the Panchatattva mantra? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. You know who composed this mantra? Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Yes, really. Yes. He's the composer of that mantra. You have to be a very high, powerful personality to compose such a mantra, which will be sung throughout the ages, throughout the yugas, which, So, after this verse, now he switches over to the three predominating deities of Vrindavan. And the first verse, we say these three pranam mantras for Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, and Radha Gopinath. So the first one is saying, Jayatam Shuruto Pangor, Mama Manda Mater Gati, Mat Sarvasva Padam Bojo. I need some tape, this just keeps on falling off. Mat Sarvasva Padam Bojo, Radha Madana Mohano. The translation is, Jayatam means all glories. Jayatam. All glories to the all-merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. 1 second. Let's take all this tape off and put on some fresh tape. That's why it's still going, because we didn't put fresh tape yesterday. And the thing that we need to do is to actually fix this.
New stand piece.
Yeah.
Right?
I
might be able to fix it. This whole piece is broken?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
probably
this.
order one of these pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Okay.
That's what I think is needed. Huh?
Is it cracked, or is it just this?
Just take it now.
It's probably stripped.
Okay.
It's probably
I'm gonna
stripped.
look at it. This should turn separately from this. This
Yeah, it should turn separately.
turn for listening for a minute. Find the pliers for that. Okay. Take it. I need to go right there.
So, the translation is saying, glory to the all-merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. Then, the composer means Krishadas Kaviraj Goswami. He's the composer of this pranam mantra, and he's saying, I am lame, yet they, Radha Madan Mohan, they are my directors, and their lotus feet are everything to me. They're everything to me. So, Jayatam Surato Pangor. So here, he's saying all glories to Surato, means most merciful. But there's a second meaning to that also. Surato also means they are very attached in conjugal love. Rati, Rato, Surato. So those two personalities, Radha and Madan Mohan, are most merciful, and they're also completely absorbed in the love of conjugal love. So he says, Mama Mandamater. They are Mandamater Gati. They are my Gati. They are my refuge. Of this foolish person, Mandamate. Mandamate means very foolish person. And they are Mat Sarvasva. Sarvasva means everything. Sarvasva. They're my everything. Mat Sarvasva. Padam Bojo. Padam Bojo means their lotus feet. Their lotus feet are everything to me, who are foolish and ill-advised, without gati, without any direction. I am ill-advised. So it's a very, very humble prayer that Radha Madana Mohano, these two personalities, are everything to me, and they're so merciful. All glories to them. I am lame, I'm Pango, and I'm Mandamater, I'm foolish, but Mama Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bojo. Their lotus feet are everything to me. They're my all in all. So that's the verse for Madan Mohan. Who is Madan Mohan? The deity of Sambandha, relationship. So then the second verse is the pranam mantra for Govindaji. So here he's composed this very beautiful poetical verse where he's describing in Vrindavan, in a temple of jewels, underneath a desire tree, Shri Radha Govinda, who are served by their most confidential associates, they sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. So, this is the verse. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpa Drumatha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasana Sto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishtalibhi Sevyamano Smarami. A very beautiful word, selection of words. Divyat Vrinda Aranya. Here, Divyat means shining. Sometimes we say transcendental, effulgent, shining. Divyat Vrindaranya. In the shining transcendental forest of Vrindavan, Vrinda Aranya. Because Aranya means forest, and Vrinda Devi. Kalpa Drumadha. Beneath a kalpa desire tree. Beneath the desire tree, in that forest of Vrindavan, Srimad Ratna Agara Singhasana Sto. On a most beautiful, in a most beautiful temple of jewels. Ratna Agara. Singha asana sto, sitting on a throne in this beautiful jeweled temple underneath a desire tree in the forest of Vrindavan. Srimad Radha, Srila Govinda Deva. Srimad, beautiful Radha, and Srila Govinda Deva. And Sri Govinda Dev, Prishta Alibhi, Sevyamano. Sevyamano means served. By who? Prishta Alibhi, their most beloved confidential associates, which means Alibi means gopis. They are being served. And I am smarami. Smarami means remembering. I am meditating upon them who are sitting underneath this desire tree in this jeweled temple. So this is the pranam mantra for Govindaji. And then...
So it's remembering Abhideya then?
Yes, yes. Remembering Abhideya, meditating upon. Then the third verse is for glorifying Sri Gopinath. So what is the meaning of the term Gopinath?
Lord of the Gopis.
Okay. Natha means?
Lord.
And Gopi means the gopis. So, in general, that's a fact. Gopinath. But in Sanskrit, it can also be understood in another grammatical form, in that the gopis are his nath. The gopis are his lords. You see? So, either way, Gopinath is the ultimate refuge. And he is the prayojan. This form of Krishna is predominating over the prayojana tattva, the ultimate attainment, the ultimate goal of the highest Krishna prema, of the highest prema. So that in Madhurya Lila, in conjugal love. So the pranam mantra for this is concerning Gopinath, Sri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the rasa dance. He originated it. He is the rasa arambhi. Arambhi means to start something or to initiate something. So rasa, rasarambhi. Rasa, arambhi. Rasa means the transcendental ras, mellow. And ras means rasa dance, with a line over the A, rasa. So, Shriman rasa arambhi. He originated, Sri Gopinath, the transcendental mellow of the rasa dance, and Vamshivat tata stitaha. He is standing on the shore in Vamshivat. So what is Vamshivat?
That's the place by the Jamuna where Krishna makes his flute call for the gopis to come down.
Why is it called Vat and Vamshi?
Vamshi is true.
Vamshi is a particular type of flute. Krishna has more than one type. So on this particular evening, Krishna stood on the shore, on the bank of Jamuna, at the place called Vamshi Vat, because Vat means banyan tree. The word Vat means banyan tree. So Krishna chose that place to inaugurate the rasa dance, the very first time that he danced the rasa dance in Vrindavan. On a moonlit night, he played his flute, Venu Swanayar, sound. Swanai means the sound of his Venu, of his flute, Venu. Karshan Venu. He attracted by the sound of his flute. Who? Gopi. The cowherd girls. Yes, cowherd damsels. He stands on the shore in Vamshivat and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. Gopinata Shriye Astu Naha. May all benedictions be conferred upon us from this Gopinath, this personality, Gopinath. Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshi Vata Tatakstitaha Karshan Venu Swanair Gopir Gopinata Shriye Astu Naha. May he confirm upon us his benediction. Now, after all these Sanskrit verses, from verse 1 all the way till verse 17, all Sanskrit verses, now he is writing in Bengali. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. This is his first statement in Bengali in his writing. And what is he saying? All glories to Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda. All glory to Advaita Chandra and all glory to all the devotees of Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Then he says, 18 Thakur, that means these three deities that he just mentioned, 18 Thakur, Gaudiya of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Karyachen Atmasat. These three deities have completely absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Lord Chaitanya. Then he says, Eitiner Charanavandon, to these three lotus feet of these three personalities, Tine Mornat, these three are my lords. He's declaring, these three are my lords. So these three deities of Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinath, have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Lord Chaitanya. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. So he's saying, any Gaudiya Vaishnava will be completely devoted to these three forms of Krishna, these three deities of Vrindavan. Madan Mohan, who enables us to develop our relationship with Krishna, to attract our hearts. Madan Mohan means the attractor of Cupid. So he attracts us out from the material attachments and attractions, because he's more beautiful than millions of cupids, but transcendentally. So he performs the function of attracting our hearts and establishing our relationship with him. Radha Madan Mohan. Then Govindaji, who is the transcendental Lord of all the Vrindavan. He is the actual central deity of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, his position is the Yog Peet of Vrindavan, just like the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip, in Mayapur, is the Yog Peet. So the Yog Peet of Vrindavan is where Govindaji was found by Rupa Goswami and the temple built there. That is considered the very center of Vrindavan.
The big temple.
That big,
Yeah.
Big red brick.
Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah. And that Govindaji, and the word Govinda, we know, means Go means cows, go means senses, go also means land, and go also refers to gopas, gopis, and all. So Govinda means he who gives vinda, vindate, pleasure, always giving pleasure to all of the residents of Vrindavan. And he performed so many pastimes, and his pastimes engage everyone. They engage in his service. That's called Abhideya. Abhideya means pure bhakti, and especially prem bhakti. So he is the deity through which we become completely absorbed in the practice of Shuddha Bhakti. That will happen to us one day. Now we're practicing regulated bhakti. But through the process of Shuddha Bhakti, pure bhakti, gradually one day, we will become completely absorbed in pure devotion. So, and the third deity we just explained, Gopinath. The deity, the ultimate prayojan. Prayojan means what will be attained. So now, this is the very first purport written by Srila Prabhupada in the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita for this verse. But we've run out of time. Now it's 8 o'clock. So we'll read this purport tomorrow, which will be very intriguing and very interesting, very wonderful way in which Prabhupada has opened up his commentary. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Jiva ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Om. Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Gurudev Jai Prabhupada.